Hi. Okay, look, I know you're not supposed to say it on the internet. I know people don't like to hear it. Suicide rates are like really bad right now. Like it's like 14 per 100,000 people, and I think like in industrial and like other countries that suck worse, it's even fucking higher. It's hard to live. It's really hard to get by, and it's really easy to fuck over people's lives whenever they're vulnerable. Whenever I go and work like corporate jobs and shit, I'm the easiest person to fuck over because I need the job so fucking bad. You know, and, like I worked in like everyone tells me I have to keep trying harder and that there has to be something and that it's all my fault when everything goes wrong, but it's not fair to keep telling people that. No matter what I do, something goes horribly wrong. Like if I had another job where I had no control over my schedule and they could take advantage of me like that, then I never get to see my daughter. And I mean, my baby daddy tries so fucking hard to keep my daughter away from me. He will do anything, anything. Like, the one day that I can see her is the day that I have this job that's gonna fucking pay everything, and I don't have. Can you just make it another day? No, why should I do you any favors? Every fucking time. And I can't. Whenever I worked 3 jobs, I made enough to live, and I didn't have time to fucking sue him for everything he owed me to begin with. Millions of people are in worse situations than I am. It's so easy for like CPS gets called on me all the fucking time, and they always want to talk about my OnlyFans. And the only reason that I go and do OnlyFans is because it's the only job I have. Like Clam Soda and OnlyFans, it's the only way that I could see my daughter. That's the only way that I can control my schedule a little bit. Um, and I still have to supplement my income with like 3 or 4 other odd jobs at any given time. And it's draining and exhausting to keep up with life all by yourself. And you can't trust anybody else because whenever you try to get helped by somebody else, then like seriously, guys are evil and they think, oh, I've given you money, so you have to do exactly what I say. Every like, except for that little British dude who got deported. Like every relationship I've been in has been like that. And then like I can't even complain about it because whenever you complain about your life and the circumstances that brought you to where you are, it's your fault. Why did you ever get a tattoo? Why did you get a haircut? Why didn't you just do why didn't you just go to church and be normal like us? And just it's church is just it's a networking tool. Like that's why so many people still go. That's why so many like it doesn't matter how many fucking kids get molested. It doesn't matter how many like and which is a thing that happens with like every single fucking religion that exists. And then it's like you can't even fucking expose it because whenever you do, it's you know why those true crime shows and stuff have so many fucking ratings. You know why all those true crime shows and stuff do so well and why there's so much like this pedo expose this pedo expose this pedo expose is because pedos fucking jack off to that shit and they put it up in the algorithm. I think all like anything that's about like sexual harassment or anything that's like about um like teen mom shit, I think all of that only exists because so many pedos are jacking off to it. And so many perverts in general are jacking off to it. And so many rapists and stuff, they're all just jacking off to it. I think that we all died and we went to hell. I see it feels like that sometimes. It's like I'm not a religious person, clearly. But it really feels like we have all died and gone to hell. It's and I just resent that we can't talk about it. It makes me so angry that we can't even, like, as soon as you start going, well, life sucks, look at all this shit, everybody's like, shh, don't say that, like, you can't say that, well, it was your fault, well, what did you do, like, you're making me angry, making me listen to the bad things that happened to you, like, well, if you're a victim, you have to be an appropriate victim. And I think that that's absurd because it's misinforming. People don't end up optimistic after the things that they've been through. They just don't. People, like, it's scary to have hope. It's scary to be optimistic because, like, it's one thing to have it all go wrong, which it can't. It can't, like, you can't plan. You can't be like, oh, we both have great jobs right now, let's start a family, because you have no control over your life. You don't get to decide if your significant other isn't gonna be a fucking pedophile or a rapist. You don't have any control over what that other person that you're trusting with the rest of your life can do to you. You don't know, like, what if they die? And the whole rug is, and the rug is just pulled out from under you. And I mean, people want to think that everything that happens to somebody is their fault and it's all they're just a bad evil person. Like, if you go to the Gypsy Rose Blanchard shit, of course she's not gonna be normal. Look at how she was raised. How dare you expect her to behave like a normal person? How dare you expect her to think like a normal person? That's not fair. It's not fair to judge everybody by how easy your life was for you. And I think a lot of people will, like, even like other broken and fucked up and people, they will like internalize, like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They will internalize. I mean, like, some of that is true. Like, some of that, like, nobody else is gonna help you. You have to learn how to help yourself, and it's gonna fucking suck, and it's gonna be hard. And everyone will hate you if you just say this sucks. Everyone hates you for admitting that the world fucking sucks, and it does. The world is a fucking stupid garbage dump, and people are trash. It sucks. It sucks to be alive. I don't know, like, yeah, maybe that is depressing. Maybe maybe some people can't handle thinking that, but I mean, it's really not fair to expect me to handle thinking that it could be better when it just keeps getting worse, you know? I had a lot of other stuff that I was gonna point out. I had, like, I always do this. I always forget everything that I'm gonna say. I don't know. It's not that I'm in any danger. It's not that, you know, it's not like I know that no matter what happens, I have to keep on trucking. I know that. I appreciate that fact. And I do. It's not like I've never fucking done any. It's like I can go get a job. I can go, yeah, but it's gonna suck. It's like, Cam sucks. It's like the worst job that I've ever had, and like the best job. Like, really, the only thing that's so good about it is having control over my schedule. But like, anything where you have to interact with the public, anything where you have to talk to people, like, I don't even want to be pretty anymore. I don't want people to look at me and think that they want to fuck me. I don't want that anymore. I don't want that for myself. Like, I want to be seen as, like, I come here with no makeup. I want to shave my hair off. I want to, like, let my face get old and decrepit. I don't fucking care. I want to be ugly. Like, I want someone to hear me, you know? And I just feel like back when I was younger and everyone only saw me, that I was just a projection of what they wanted me to be. And then whenever you go and expose yourself, which I enjoy doing, which I like being heard, you know? But it's like whenever you've been victimized and whenever people have hurt you and whenever you've been broken, no one will want you anymore. And like it's like your fair game. It's like, oh, fuck them, you know, they've already been through everything. They've already, you know, like, what's it gonna matter if I spit on her face and put roofies in her drink? Like, what's it matter if I do anything to this person? That's how people think. That's how people think. People think that everything, like, people don't seem to want to understand that they have no control over their lives. You don't get to decide if somebody that you need and you don't even realize you need will die. Like, you don't get to decide that. You don't get to decide what your husband or wife are going to be like. You don't get to decide if your kid is going to shoot up a school or not. You don't get to decide those things. They just happen to you. And then after they do, everyone thinks that bad things only happen to bad people, so nobody will ever want you again because it's going to traumatize them too much to think that you're a real person that didn't have any control over your circumstances, because that's a scary thought. And if you say anything about it, then everybody just kind of wants to spit in your face. And, like, I know that I'm making myself a target. I know that people are going to come in here and, like, yell at me for fucking up my life. I know that what people are going to accuse me of. I know what people say. But I'm okay with that because I'm not okay with grinning. I'm not okay with smiling and being like, no, everything's gonna be fine. I'm not okay with, I mean, like, maybe I can get, like, I have a cute house. I mean, I have limited control over when I get to see my daughter. Like, those are the only things that I have going for me right now, and I doubt it's ever gonna get any better because, I mean, like, nobody wants a broken person, you know? Nobody. It's just, it is what it is. Everybody expects you to do things that you can't do. Everybody expects you to be in a way that you can't be. Everybody, like, in order to be successful, you just have to fake everything's already going okay, and it doesn't, it's not fair. How is that fair to everybody that's like me and going through what I'm going through? Like, if I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell everybody that I know what mental health is like and that I know what it's like to struggle, then how is it fair to sit there and be like my brain is fucking rosy and I'm just fighting and I'm a warrior all the fucking time? Like, that's not how it, like, that's not mental health awareness. That is making it digestible for other people, and that's a disservice to everybody, I think. I mean, you can agree or disagree. I don't fucking care. It's the internet. I should be able to, I should be allowed to say this. I should be allowed to talk. I should be able to present you the reality of people's situations because I'm not committing a crime. I'm not hurting, like, maybe I'm hurting myself, but I'm not hurting anybody else because, like, we were portraying these things as contagious things that can inflict on other people, and, like, you're not. There are people that go through these things. There are people that feel alone and like freaks, and they end up with their fucking heads in ovens. They end up painting the walls with their brains because they think that nobody can, like, you're a bad friend if you talk to anybody about anything that you're going through. Because you're a bad person if you talk about things that are happening in your life. Who's the toxic one? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that I'm not saying that you should wallow in your misery 24/7. That's just not pragmatic either. I mean, sometimes you just have to suck it up and get over it. I mean, you do. Like, that's part of the reality too. But it's like, it's not fair to present yourself as like an advocate for mental health or somebody that's and then being like it's perfect all the fucking time, and I was just perfectly strong, and I was just perfect whenever. It's just nobody's like that. Okay, bye.